All right, good morning to all of you. Welcome to our class. I am your teacher for this day, Teacher Chris and Joyce, and you may call me Teacher Joy. So today is June 25, 2021, and I have three students in my class. So before anything else, let us start our class with a prayer. Rina, may you lead our prayer?
All right, ma'am. Is my audio clear?
Yes, go ahead. Loud and clear.
Let's bow our heads and feel the presence of the Lord. Lord, we offer to you our class today. We pray that through your divine guidance, we will learn how to listen attentively to the inputs of our teacher. May we appreciate her effort in imparting her knowledge to us. May we participate actively in the discussions and activities so we could learn more while having fun. May we value each other's contributions as a building block towards harmony and peace. Grant that as we interact with one another, we recognize the fact that all our learning activities should be accomplished for your greater glory. Grant that we recognize you in each of our classmates and teachers. As we leave for home, we pray that you keep us safe from harm and illnesses, and we would be able to apply correctly what we have learned from school. All these we ask in your powerful name. Amen.
All right, thank you, Rina. How about you guys? Hello to you again. How are you? How are you doing? Are you fine? Monica, how are you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm doing great. Just a little tired right now because, I think it's too much for this semester. We badly need a rest.
Yes, I know
But
that
yeah,
you're. Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
yes, ma'am. Overall, yeah, I'm good. Surviving.
Okay, nice to hear that from you, and I know you can do that well. I know you can handle and manage time successfully and
Thank
effectively.
you, ma'am. Thank you,
How about
ma'am.
you, Rina?
Oh yeah, I'm great, ma'am. We just finished the recitation earlier in one of our subjects. Yes, and yeah, I think we all feel relieved after.
Yes, that's very great to hear. At least you've finished with one of your tasks. How about you, Izzy? I'm sure that you're doing great.
Uh, yeah, I'm doing great, ma'am. Just a little bit busy, but yeah, fighting.
Oh yeah. Well, that's part of a life being a student. So let's move on. It's good to hear that from you. You need to take care of yourself, especially these trying times. Okay, though you have a lot of things to do, just to make sure that you monitor yourself, your family, and your friends also. So just a gentle reminder to participate in our class. Remember to enjoy, maximize the Google Chat if you have question or clarification. And I know that you wear presentable clothes right now. Prepare your ball pen and notebook beside you and join the class on time so everybody is very good. And respect and listen. Please mute your speaker if you will not going to talk, and especially of course you need to open your camera. So thank you very much. Now, let's start with the recap of our discussion last time. Will you be able to remember the topic or activities or discussion we had last time? Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Monica?
As far as I can remember, ma'am, we have discussed about the parts of direct speech, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good. Can you tell me, Monica, what those are?
Yes, ma'am. Those are reported verb,
Mm-hmm.
reported clause, reporting verb, and reporting clause.
All right, very good, Monica. Yes, Izzy, would you like to answer additional information?
Ma'am, we also had chain activity and the practice part.
Okay, so let's take a look if, yes, very good. We've had the discussion about the parts of the direct speech. We also had our practice and activity. So I hope, Izzy, you enjoyed that one. Rina.
Ma'am? Yes, ma'am. May I add something? I remember that last time we also discussed about the differences between the direct speech and the indirect speech.
All right, very good, Rina. Can you tell me more about that?
Mm, yes, ma'am. Uh, in reported speech, since it tells about what another person has stated, we don't use the quotation marks,
Mhm.
and also we change the tense and pronouns.
All right, excellent, Rina. So, for our reported speech, this is which is what the other person stated. So, you're right, Rina. We will change the tense and pronouns of the statement. How about the direct speech? IZ?
Yes, ma'am. In the direct speech, ma'am, we will going to use the quotation marks.
Mm-hmm. All right, nice job, IC. So, in the direct speech, since it is the exact message of what the speaker said, we will going to use the speech marks. So, it indicates or it will be able to present the exact feeling or the deliberation of the speaker himself. So, thank you, for, guys, class, for participating. Now, let us move on because I prepare a conversation with you. May I have three volunteers? So, your population is
Ma'am,
exact. Yes. Yes. May I have chief volunteers? You may read the conversation that I will present, okay? So we have Icy, Rina, and Monica. So because you have an exact numbers of class, who will become the first character, which is Roland?
ma'am, may I play the role of Roland?
Okay. Thank you very much, Monica. How about the character of Teen?
Ma'am, yeah, I'll play as Tin.
Okay. So of course, Izzy will play the part of the mother. So before we proceed to our story, I would like to remind everybody that you need to analyze and listen carefully to the conversation. Annotate as well what you may hear as they read the conversation out loud. Because after reading the story, I will ask you a few questions about this. So in this story again, we have three characters that I said earlier. So let's move on. But before that, do you have any question or clarification based on my instruction, guys?
None,
None
ma'am.
so far, ma'am.
Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So let's start. Rina, you may start.
All right, ma'am. One day, Roland invited me in a road trip to somewhere relaxing. He greeted and asked, "Hi, Tin. Would you like to join me? Let's go for a gallivant. Just on a relaxing place." "Thank you for inviting me, Roland. When would that be?" "Spot on, Roland," I replied to him.
Oh, let's have that on Lazy Away. Are you sure? You have spare time? Is that right, ma'am? Is that my part? Or is it still Team's part?
Oh, you can do that part also.
Um, should I play that?
Yes.
Okay po. And the next one, ma'am. It's Team's part again.
Yes, it's team's part again.
Okay po.
All right. "Yes, I'm definitely sure about that. But I will let my mom know first," I replied to him.
Okay, just let me know. By the way, we will be with my kinfolks, so you do not need to worry. Roland assured.
All right. So let's take a look at the next page.
I immediately informed my mom about Roland's invitation. Mom, I bumped with Roland last time. He asked if I want to join him in a Gallivant on weekend.
Oh, that's nice. What did you say to him?
I said to him that I am free by that time and I thanked him. He also asked me if I am sure that I do not have any tasks to do. I told him that I will tell to you first. He also assured me that we will be with their family. Um, he also added that I do not need to worry.
All right, so last page.
Let me remind you to be safe. Do not forget to bring your alcohol, face mask, and face shield. And remember, do not stay in a crowded area. I will prepare food for you two on weekend.
Thank you, Mom. I will inform Roland about that.
All right, so for the conversation of Tin and Roland, Tin will do the part of the blue corners around the right area.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, I will read first, on the right side. Okay. Hi, Roland. I informed my mom about our road trip on weekend. She definitely agreed.
That's great. I'm so excited about that, he replied.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my mom reminded me that we should not forget our alcohol, face mask, face shield, and not to stay on a crowded area for our safety. She also said that she will prepare for food for us on the weekend.
Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate your mom. And do not worry, we will also follow those reminder of her. Stay safe, team. Have a good day. Roland stated.
All right. So thank you very much for that wonderful participation reading our conversation right there. Now, after reading this story, what do you think are the meaning of these words? So based on its use in the sentence, let us have the first word, gallivant. What do you think is the meaning of the word gallivant? Gallivant, based on the use of this word on the sentence we read earlier.
Mom?
Ma'am?
Yes.
Go, Rina.
Huh?
Okay. So
Okay.
I think the word Gallivant, as it was used in the story, I think it means vacation, or, it pertains to a vacation or a holiday because, the sentence itself. Roland invited Ting, and the place was described as a relaxing place. So that would definitely be a vacation or
Okay, so
holiday.
let's check that out later. I'll present the answer after this. So thank you very much, Rina. How about the word spot on? IZ, do you have any idea?
I'm not sure, ma'am, but I think spot on means the right timing. Because at the sentence, ma'am, Tin said that she is sure that she doesn't have any other task to do. So
All
I
right.
think it's
Mhm.
right timing.
All right. Thank you very much, IZ. You also had your evidence right there. So how about the words per time? Who has an idea about what that is?
Ma'am?
Yes, Monica?
Based on how it is used in the dialogue, I think, ma'am, it means free time or extra time to have fun.
All right. Thank you, Monica. How about the word um, lazy away?
Lazy away.
Yes, Rina?
Yes. I think it's a day. Yeah, a day, just a day. Because, probably Roland and Teen were scheduling their vacation. So on weekend. Because as we all know, weekend is a free time to have a rest and lay in our bed. Basically, on that day, we do not have class. And because of the word on, that indicates when the scenario may happen.
Nice job. So, Rina, is that Rina? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, a well-explained reason about that. How about you, Izzy? What do you think the word kinfolks mean?
Kinfolks, I think it pertains to the family because in the story, Roland assured that Tin that she did not have to worry because meaning there is someone older than them that will guide them throughout their vacation days. So I think it's a family because family is someone or some people that we are safe to be with.
Okay, thank you very much, Izzy. So you are all very good. You'd be able to reason out your answers. You've also provided based on the sentences what you've observed. Now, let us take a look if your answers were correct. Of course, first things first. Let's take a look with the word gallivant. So, gallivant means to go around from one place to another in the pursuit of pleasure or entertainment. Well, your answer is correct. So nice one, nice job. Next is the word spot on. Spot on is an expression that someone is on a right timing. So you also got it right. Next, spare time. It is a time that is not taken up by one's usual activities or a leisure time, as we've called it in other expression. So you also got it right. It is a free time to unwind. So, next one is the word lazy away. Lazy away is an expression to weekend days. So, IZ is correct. Every weekend, right, some of the students use that time to take a break from the challenging weekday. So that definitely it became an expression as lazy away to have a recharge as a rest day. So lastly, we have kinfolks here. They are the members of the household. So, very good class. You successfully observed all of the unfamiliar words or expressions in the story. So, let's proceed. I have here few questions for all of you regarding the story. I will observe if you really listen and understand the conversation earlier. So, I have here the first question. Who are the characters in the story? You may
Ma'am,
blink. Okay, Izzy.
the characters in the story are Roland, Tin, and Tin's mom.
Okay, very good. Now, what is the conversation all about? What do
Ma'am?
you? Yes, Monica.
I think, ma'am, the story is about two friends. I'm not sure if they are just friends. It was about Roland and Teen.
Mm-hmm.
They were having a conversation if she will be allowed or if her mother will let them go together on a trip with Roland's family.
All right. So basically, the story is about the two friends, Roland and Teen, that had a conversation with her mother if she will be allowed to go with Roland's family. So, correct, Monica. Next question: what did the characters want to do in the story?
Ma'am, the characters in the story want to go on a trip with Roland's family. That's what I remember.
All right, so basically, you're correct, Rina. The characters want to go on a trip with Roland's family. So, what did the mother of Tin remind her? Do you take note of that expression of her mom?
Um,
Yes, Izzy.
um, her mother reminded her to be safe and to
Mm-hmm.
wear her face mask and face shield, and also do not go to the crowded place.
All right, very good. So, Now that you have understood the story well, let's proceed to another activity. What you need to do is you need to give me an answer from specific lines from the conversation. That's why my instruction earlier is that you need to annotate what you can hear from the conversation. Let's start. So, my first question is, who invites in the story? May you give me the exact phrase or the direct speech that the character stated?
Ma'am? I'm sorry. I think Ma'am Roland was the one who invited Teen, and the specific line is that he greeted and asked, "Hi, Teen, would you like to join me? Let's go for a gallivant." So basically, ma'am, on this sentence, Roland is the one who invited Teen to go on a vacation together with his family.
Okay, excellent. Now, what did Tin reply to Roland?
Um,
Yes,
well, yeah. Oh, Tin replied to Roland. Thank you for inviting me, Roland. When would that be? Spat on Roland.
okay, so very good. Nice job. You've got the correct answer, Rina. So, Tin again said that thank you for inviting me, Roland. When would that be? Spot on, Roland. So, she said that he is on the right timing. Next question. When did they plan to go? Who knows the answer? Izzy, do you have an idea with this?
I remembered Roland said to Tin that, oh, let's have that on lazy away. And are you
Yes?
sure you have spare time? I remembered Roland said that. To Tin.
All right, let's check if your answer is correct. All right, so you've got it right. Oh, let's have that on lazy away. Are you sure you have spare time? Roland asked me. So, last few questions. Who are they going with?
Ma'am, can I answer po?
Yes, Monica?
I think, ma'am, based on the dialogue, they are with Roland's family. The
Mm-hmm.
specific line is that, um, I'm sorry, ma'am, for the loud noise.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, the specific line is that, okay, just let me know. By the way, we will be with my kinfolk, so you do not need to worry, Roland assured. And based on our unlocking of difficulties,
Mm-hmm.
kinfolks means family or, yeah, member of the family.
All right, so very good, Monica. You'll be able to apply the unlocking of difficulties we have earlier. Very good. Do you think Teen's mother agreed for the trip of the two friends? And
Man,
yes, please reason out your answer. Is
uh,
that real?
Rina, ma'am.
Okay.
I think yes, her mother agreed because she reminded them, Teen, Roland, and his family,
Mm-hmm.
to bring alcohol, to bring face shield, and not to go to a crowded place. And that's what mothers do. They care for their children, and they show concern with also the other child without even saying the specific answer that she, agreed.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, ma'am.
Okay,
And
very
and,
good.
and I think yes, ma'am. I remember. Also, her mother, Dean's mother, said added that she would cook for them. That's so nice. That's so sweet of her. And
Um,
yeah, I
your
like
mother
that.
would be right. Yeah.
Hmm. I like mother cooking is the best, I guess. Do
Yes.
you agree,
You're right.
guys?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I agreed as well.
Okay. Thank you very much for your participation, an active participation. Now I have here. So let's present first the answers of Rinalyn. Let me remind you to be safe. Do not forget to bring your alcohol, face mask, and face shield. And remember, do not stay in a crowded area. She reminded me. So you guys, before you go on the public places, Make sure that you have an alcohol and face mask and face shield to be safe, okay? Okay, so let's proceed. I have here two sentences on the screen. Take a look at it, and I want you to identify their differences and tell me what is direct and reported speech there. So you also need to describe their characteristics as we had the lesson last meeting. So any questions before we proceed?
None, ma'am.
None so far, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. I will give you a minute to take a look with that. So your timer starts now. Just tell me if someone wants to answer, okay? You determine what is the direct and reported speech out there.
Ma'am, may I try?
Okay, Yorina Lynn, very good. What's
Yeah,
the answer?
as I have noticed, the first example uses quotation marks, speech marks to be
Mm-hmm.
specific, and that's because that it's exact uh what do you call that? It's the exact line of whoever said it. So yeah, that's Roland in that
Okay.
example. And on the second one, it's now converted into indirect speech because it uh, the pronouns, the verbs, the tenses have changed. So that's the indication of I think the direct and the indirect speech. If it is direct speech,
Mm-hmm.
um, if it's direct speech, you use the speech mark, and if it is indirect speech, you change the pronouns and the verb tenses.
Okay, thank you very much, Rina. So let's take a look if your answer is correct. So you said earlier that the first one is the direct speech, and the second one is already converted, and it turns out to be the reported speech. So let's check that. All right, you've observed the correct characteristics. It has the speech marks. It indicates the exact lines that the speaker or author speaks, all right? And for the second one, it is what is the other person has stated. Of course, you're right. The tense and pronouns also changed. It turns out that the third person point of view is already there, and the word that is already added. And if, as I've said to you last meeting, if the reported speech will be a question, we need to add the word if. So let's check if that's correct, Rina. All right, so you've got it right. The first one is the direct speech, and the second one is the reported speech. Now, um, I know that you still remember the parts of the direct speech as what Monica stated earlier. Now let's determine which is which. So here is my sentence in front of you. Are you ready, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So would you tell me what do you think is the reporting clause in the sentence?
Ma'am?
Just Monica.
Ma'am, I think that's the word teen.
Okay, let's check that. Very good, Monica. Teen is the reporting clause in the sentence. How about the reporting clause or reporting verb? I'm so sorry.
Ma'am.
Yes, Rina?
Yes, ma'am. That was IT, but yeah, I would like to
Oh, I'm so
answer.
sorry.
Yes, but yeah, I would like to answer. The reporting verb is he greeted and asked.
Okay, let's check if that's correct. All right, the reporting verb is the statement he greeted and asked. It looks like you really mastered our lesson. What do we call again this encircled marks? IZ. I know that you know this one. I'm so sorry. It's my fault.
Yes, ma'am. We call that as speech marks.
Okay, let's take a look. Very good. I see that is what we call the speech marks. How about the reported verb and the reported clause? Who can determine which is which?
Ma'am?
Monica?
Oh, Monica, you were muted.
Oh, sorry, ma'am.
That
I think, ma'am, the
really happened in
reported,
a live session.
sorry, ma'am. I think, ma'am, the reported clause would be, "Hi, team, would you like to join me? Let's have a road trip as well." Then the reported verb will be the word join. Is that right, ma'am?
Okay, let's take a look if that's correct. So basically, you are right, Monica. Um, the underlined statement is the reported clause, and the word join will be the reported verb. I am so happy that you really understand our lesson for today. Now let us use our indicator again, as you've seen it earlier. So for our next practice, I want you to give me a direct speech in the conversation we had earlier in our story time. Then I will let you to convert that into reported speech. Is my instruction understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I
Yes,
will give
ma'am.
you 2 minutes for that.
Okay,
Your
ma'am.
timer starts now. So let's start with your answers, class, because Shutao and Danalin is not here. They are not present. Please take their part to answer your direct speech converting into reported speech. So let's start. Who wants to start?
Ma'am.
Okay, Irina.
So this is the exact line from the story. He greeted and asked, "Hi, team. Would you like to join me? Let's go for a gallivant."
Okay, so that's the direct speech. When you convert that into reported speech, what will be the answer?
When we convert it to indirect speech, it would be he greeted and asked if um, Tin would like to join him to go for a gallivant.
All right, very good. So you take the part of Danalyn. So let's mark her as the one who answered that. But thank you, Rina, for you to use the credit. So let's have the other one. Who wants to answer?
Ma'am?
Yes. Monica?
Um, the second line, that I remember was the part when um Dean said, "Thank you for inviting me, Roland. When would that be?" "You're on the spot," I replied to him. That's the specific line po.
Okay, so what will be the answer when you turn that into a recorded speech?
Yes, ma'am. I think, ma'am, that would be, I replied to him that I thanked him for inviting me and asked him if when that would be. Is that right, ma'am?
Yes, that's definitely right, Monica. So let's mark Shutao for your answer. But definitely your credit again is yours. Let's have another one.
Ma'am,
Okay, Rina.
That's icy again, ma'am.
Oh, I see. You have the common voices. I
Yeah,
see.
I agree, ma'am. They have the same voices.
Oh my god. So
Go Ivy.
go ahead. I see.
ma'am, I remembered the exact um speech, ma'am. Oh, let's have that on a lazy away. Are you sure you have the spare time? Roland asked me. And the answer, ma'am, I think is Roland told me that we will have that on the lazy away and asked me that at the same time if I am really sure that I have a spare time.
Okay, very good, Izzy. So let's mark you as we indicate here that you've already answered. How about the other one? Was not yet answering.
Ma'am?
Is that Rina? Am I correct right now?
Yes. Rina.
Okay.
So, um, I also remember from the story that this line, um, yes, I'm definitely sure about that, but I will let my mom know first. I
Mm-hmm.
replied to him. So if you would translate that into a reported speech, it would be, I replied to him that I'm definitely sure about that, and I will let my mom know first.
Okay, very good, Rina. That's the correct answer. So, because Monica already answered, I will no longer ask you. So, thank you very much, Rinalyn, for answering two items right here. So, I have here another activity with you guys. All you need to do is you need to match column 1 into column 2. So as you can see, I have here 5 items. What do you think is column 1? Is that the direct speech or the reported speech?
Direct
Yes,
speech,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's the direct speech, correct. Now, I'll let you to answer that one. So basically, you will use the column 1 and indicate if what is the reported speech or if you convert that direct speech into converted speech. So the column 2 is basically there will be a suited letter for column 1. Did you understand the instruction?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, so do you have any clarification before we proceed?
None so far.
Nan po.
Okay. Thank you very much for respond. I will give you 5 minutes to read that, and then let's have the answer right ahead after 5 minutes. Your timer starts now. class. So, are you done with answering the activity one we have here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Monica. How about you, Rina and Izzy?
Yes, ma'am. I'm
Yes,
done.
ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So, it's time for answering all of these questions. So, let's read letter A. Who wants to read and then answer?
Ma'am.
Yes, Monica?
Um, the traveler believed that they were in a country among the people whom they did not know and who did not like them.
Mm-hmm.
I
What do you
think,
think is the
ma'am,
answer?
yes, ma'am. I think it's letter B. I believe, said the traveler, that we are in a country among the people whom we do not know and who do not like us.
Okay, very good, Monica. Nice observation because, of course, the reported clause is the traveler. So it will be the traveler as well. Next is this
Ma'am,
second one. Mm-hmm. Yes, Rina.
um, is my audio clear?
Yes.
Right, ma'am. Rama told Jat Jatayu, what's that, ma'am? How do you
The
read
two.
that? Jatu? Rama told Jatu that he would avenge its wrongs and that he would return home until he had punished the king of Lanka who had so cruelly wounded it. So I think the answer, ma'am, is letter D. Is that right, ma'am?
All right. So let's hear that.
I will avenge your wrongs, Jatu. Rama cried. I will not return home until I have punished the king of Lanka, who had so cruelly wounded you.
Okay, very good, Rina. You've got the right answer. How about the third one?
Ma'am.
Here's Izzy.
The officer ordered his typist to type that letter immediately and take care that there were no typing mistakes. And I think the answer is letter A.
Mm-hmm. What was that?
Um, Type this letter immediately and take care that there are no typing mistakes, the officer said to his typist.
All right, correct. You've got the correct answer. How about the fourth one?
Ma'am,
Yes, Monica?
um, Aladdin cheered up and told the mother that he would go and get work somewhere.
Okay, what do
I
you think
think,
is the
ma'am,
answer?
yes, ma'am. Letter C. Cheer up, mother. I'll go and get work somewhere, said Aladdin.
All right, very good. So, how about the last item we have here? He said that was his cow, and if he did not prove it in a few minutes, he would give up his claim. What do you think is the answer?
I think A, ma'am.
Okay, was that Izzy? Yes, Izzy. Type yes. The letter E. Is that right, Izzy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's your answer. That is my cow, said he. And if I do not need to prove it in a few minutes, I will give up my claim. So we're done with our activity one. And we need to proceed in our last activity for this day. And this is entitled Why What They Told You. So what do you need to do is you need to analyze the given scenario and I will let you think who speaks the given dialogue in it. So basically you will give me reasons for your answers. So are you ready? Monica, Izzy, and Rina.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you for your response. Now let's start. Who wants to read and answer letter A?
Ma'am?
Okay, Rina.
Okay. I'll read it first. It was a sunny day. Carl is now ready for his day. He prepared his lunchbox, his things, and ride in a vehicle after that.
Mm-hmm.
When he arrived in the place, someone asked him, "Are you done with your assigned task?" What do you think Carl talks with? I think, Mom, Carl talks with his teacher
Okay.
because,
Why? Why?
yeah, because on the wait, how 1, 2, 3, on the third sentence, yeah, in the third sentence, it is said there that he prepared his lunch box, his things, and he ride in a vehicle. So he probably, as we all know, kids
Mm-hmm.
um, usually bring lunchbox when they go to school, right? And
Yeah.
also prepare things before going to school and ride in a vehicle. Maybe that's a school bus.
Mm-hmm.
And when he arrived in the place, that's the school. And someone asked him, "Are you done with your assigned task?" That's what the teacher usually asks the student, especially when the teachers give them homework. Am I right, ma'am? And that's my
Yeah.
guess.
Yes, that's basically right. So when we say assigned task, so we proclaim that Carl is a student, right? So we have an assigned task in our school in with with our teacher. So that is our homework basically. So you have the right answer, Rinaldine. The next
Thank you,
one,
ma'am.
letter B. May you answer that, Monica? You read that first and then you can out your answer.
Yes, ma'am. Sam felt weak and dizzy. It seems like her body were frail already. At that moment, a loud noise were coming at her house. Someone carried her to a stretcher, and a person wearing a full PPE suit went towards the members of her family and advises them, please observe the health of all of the members of your family. Take vitamins and be safe. I think, ma'am, the one who advised Sam is a doctor, since there is a clue in the dialogue that someone carry her to a stretcher, and that person is wearing a full PPE suit. And as a doctor, it is also her job to give the patient advice, just like observe the health of all of the family members, take vitamins, and be safe. So I think it was a doctor.
Okay, very good. So who else would wear the full PPE suit but the health workers, right? So basically that's a doctor. So let's take a look at the other scenario. IZ?
Yes, ma'am. It's weekend and everyone is cleaning and doing their part. Sheila is washing the dishes and Chris is sweeping and whipping the floor. While they are busy in their tasks, someone shouted, "Let's go and eat our breakfast. I prepare your favorite. You too." Who do you think shouted?
Mm-hmm. Who
I
do you think
think
shouted?
the one who shouted was their mother
Mm-hmm.
because it's weekend. Basically, weekend is family day, and they are doing their house chores, so that I think it's their mother.
Okay, so you have the right answer, IZ. Basically, that's their mother because who else will going to prepare their breakfast, right? That's the mother in a common family setup. Okay, so let's have the next scenario. Who wants to answer this? Rina, I know that you've had an idea regarding this one.
Yes, no, I'll try. Um, it was Monday morning, and everyone were stuck in the road because of slow traffic flow. It seems like everyone is angry because of that. But I noticed someone in the middle of the road wearing his big and beautiful smile. He shouts at the same time, dances, saying, "Good morning, just turn left, just turn right. I hope you all had a safe flight." And it made me happy. What do you think is that person? Um, I think the person, like
Who is that?
the traffic enforcer.
Okay, very good. What? Why do you say so? What are the clues in there in the scenario? In the
The two words are stuck in the road because of slow traffic flow. Um, yeah, the middle of the road, wearing his big and beautiful smile. Who would be in the middle of the road? Of course, the enforcer directing the traffic, right?
Okay, so the in traffic enforcer, also said directly that just turn left, just turn right, just have a safe flight. So
Yes,
very good,
ma'am. And
Rebecca, you
yeah,
had.
nowadays,
Yes,
you would encounter traffic enforcers dancing to
yes,
entertain the people who are stuck in the traffic flow, right?
very good. We saw that basically in the social media trending videos, right? So
Yes.
they gave us who would like to end this activity creatively. Monica, you had an idea?
Yes, ma'am. I just don't think I can make it creatively. But yes, ma'am. It was a long day ahead and I am so hungry. So I sit down to the place that I saw. It was so relaxing and I find it classy. Someone came to me, she greeted and asked me, "Good day, ma'am. May I get your order?" Who do you think asked me? So, yes, ma'am, based on the scenario as well as the dialogue, I think, ma'am, it was a waiter or a waitress. Because,
How do you say so?
sorry, ma'am?
Why? What are your reasons? Why
Oh,
do you say that?
yes, ma'am, because on the given scenario, it was mentioned that the, I mean, yeah, she was very hungry and she
Mhm.
sat down to a place that she saw. And and the waitress also asked, "May I get your order?" So who else would ask that question in a place? Of course, it was the waitress or the waiter, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Very good, Monica. So who else will be that person but the waiter or the restaurant staff out there? So, do you have any clarification, my dear student, about our discussion for today?
None, ma'am.
None so far, ma'am.
How about you, Izzy?
None, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much for
None,
your
ma'am.
response. So, again, thank you very much for your cooperation and for your assignment before I forgot that. Um, this is my instruction. Tell a story about your experience with your friends, family, or classmates. It may be in school, an outing, and academic scenarios. And you need to use the direct and reported speech in your story, just like what we've had earlier, the conversation about three characters. The rubric is posted on our Google Classroom, so make sure that you check that out. So, again, thank you very much for listening. That's all for today. I hope you enjoy our class and please keep safe.
Yes, ma'am, we did. Thank you so much.
Thank you, mom.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.